Yo, what's going on, guys? Today we have a coaching session here with a Faceit Level 4 player from New Zealand. Now, this guy has so much potential and he is very willing to listen, learn, and we are going to identify a lot of his mistakes, bad habits that he's building, and all around just make him a much better player. I'm really excited for you to see this. If you want to help support me, hit that subscribe button, share this video with your teammates, your homies, your friends, and fill out the form in the description of the video if you would like to learn and work with me yourself. I'd love to do that. I'm feeling under the weather right now, guys, but I'm trying my best to get content out for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and learn. Yeah,
So I've been playing quite a bit of
yeah,
Inferno recently,
got you.
so
Okay.
this will be quite a good map to
Yeah,
look at,
that's
see what I
good.
can do better. Because I feel like I get myself into like the routine on a map of I kind of just do the same thing every round almost, and I don't know if it's horrible or like if it sometimes it can be good because you get good at that one position, but then
Mhm.
you obviously the enemy team can easily find tendencies in your gameplay if they can pick up on that
Yeah, so
while
I'll
they're in the game.
I'll say, like, before I even watch you play, that is 100% true. And there's a big difference at being like good at doing certain plays and doing things and like doing them every round. Even if a
Yeah,
play is like so successful, it's so great, doing it like 90% of the half is probably a bad thing because, like, you exactly like you said, and you recognize it, which I love, is you're building those patterns, you're building those tendencies that are just going to be used against you.
yeah,
So definitely 100%. Before I even watch you play, like, I totally agree with that. And if that's something you've noticed about your own gameplay, figuring out ways to be dynamic and to do things that work, but also throw in a little bit of different timings, different plays is sick.
yeah.
All right, good. You
Okay.
reload before you peek. That's a really small detail that you did great there. Yeah, we're kind of just cleaning up. Our team is making. We love these rounds. Our team makes the rounds so easy for us.
Yeah.
Okay, it gets kind of scary here. Okay, so this is where it kind of gets like, oh, it's getting a little real, right? 2v3. This is where you need to just slide into a position and not throw because yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even here, the longer you're exposing yourself to this, and we know this guy's here. He killed our teammate. He's somewhere in this region, right?
Region. Yeah.
Yep. So definitely, like, even in a moment like this, bro, this is what I want your mindset to become. It's like, okay, I'm covered from CT, great, but like, what am I exposed to? Backhaul. So while I'm reloading, just have my gun out here, and if I'm gonna be sitting here, like, hold that, right? It's very
Yeah.
obvious in this situation because he is gonna end up peeking us here. But even if he wasn't, even if nobody was there, we might as well have our crosshair in the one
Over that.
position we're open to.
Yeah.
Because I think that's, yeah, ultimately we get killed from that. Yep, exactly. But yeah, hindsight 2020, but that really will take you so far. Is like, okay, I just want to chill here. Well, we're good.
I'll put my crosshair over that area.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's actually a really frustrating round to lose. Like, that's a really hard round to lose, and we managed to do that for ourselves, which sucks.
Yeah.
But okay, we got bomb down. That's huge on T side. Obviously, that's gonna help out our eco a lot. This coaching session is brought to you by Skins Monkey. They are the best CS2 trading site out there. Swap out the skins you do not like and upgrade them into higher quality new items. I have personally used Skins Monkey to build my inventory and love how many features the site has. The best thing is that you can gain your own crazy deposit bonus of 35% by using my code KOJOMO. They also have a freebie section where you can get free new skins by completing tasks, and you also get a $5 bonus by clicking my link in the description of the video. Okay, you get a Mac 10. I'm thinking here, like, how can I use my smoke? How can I use this Mac to get close range fights? Halls is a great option. Brackets is like, okay. One thing I am going to tell you is when you have a Mac 10 specifically, but like this can also just be with CS in general. Be really careful when you peek like angles like mid with this because this isn't the strength of the gun to sit in here. And I do like that.
Right.
I like that you're crouch peeking, like you're throwing in some tendency, but you're almost playing this like you have an AK. If you have that Mac
Yeah.
10 and you come out here like you're good, you're running, you're doing your thing, just come out here and jiggle.
Okay.
The less we crouch with the Mac 10 or like Tech 9 stuff like that, the better it actually is for us. That's one thing I'm
Yeah.
constantly reminding myself when I have that Mac 10 or anything. Stop crouching. Stop crouching. Just jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Maybe I'll
Just
crouch if
be
like I'm spraying someone or something, but yeah.
kind of just be more hard to hit is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Then just
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you use the strength of the gun, and the strength of like a Mac 10 or any SMG for that matter is that mobility. So you don't want to give
Yeah.
that up. Okay, we get a Galil though. And again, this smoke is so valuable. I'd be like thinking if I'm going B, probably using it for CT, obviously. On A, maybe a moto smoke if we get up here, an arch smoke, depending on what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Also, your teammate has a smoke here too. And this is one thing you're gonna have to get good at. And like this is something I really had to develop in myself. Is even if you are not going to be an IGL, you're not trying to have those aspirations to like play professionally, all this stuff. If you want to get level 10, you have to be able to develop preemptive plans with your teammate. So I'm walking up mid here. I notice he picks up a smoke or something. I'm telling him,
Yeah.
hey bro, can you smoke
You have
this
a
off?
smoke.
And then I'm doing this. So we're making that next level play, even if we're not queued together, even if we're just randoms, we're at least
Yeah.
giving ourselves a chance, and we're utilizing the utility that we have, like and we're giving ourselves a much better chance, even if it's like from a 20% chance to win the round to 30. That's gonna matter so much in the long run.
Yeah. Agreed. Okay.
Yeah. And it works out for us here, but like also I would have loved in this moment. They kind of messed up with their setup, and the setup is really awful. On Inferno, the iconic, the classic is either having one Balk or one Pit
I'll go and take.
holding this
Yeah.
crossfire. One little piece of util I love throwing is, and you already use your smoke, so not that you could do it, is one either smoking in the middle of sight here, so that if anyone's Pit, it kind of cuts off their vision. Yes, they can
Yeah.
play around it. Yes, they can do that. But you'll see a lot of pros utilizing that. But in the least, once we're deciding to go into sight, either flash above Pit or jump, throw a flash off the wall here, and I'll show you in the server what I mean, and get it to land right here. One of those two flashes is going to make your life easy, and as long as you communicate with your teammate, it's amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, good cover from you on that first kill. Good, we find that kill. And now we're on 1 HP. Comes really hard. But that flash is everything. In a situation like this too, you could throw. Also, by the time the longer you wait here and kind of just chill, the worse it's going to become. Because as we can see in the situation, this guy if gets to just keep coming up mid, and then this guy's always going to harass us. It's going to be scary.
Yeah.
But just keep that in mind. The longer we wait in this situation, the worse it's going to be. And we don't know he's here. He could be rotating in B, but same thing. We much rather either take this fight or plant the bomb or do whatever while he's here versus when he gets to rotate in.
Rotate in. Yeah.
So let's see.
100%.
Yeah, because especially when you're on low HP, a bomb plant here is just way better. And what I was going to say before I had that other thought is if you're worried about this guy and you're on site, throw that flash at Moto, because then it makes him think like, oh, is this guy pushing me? He might completely
Right.
eat the flash, and then it gives you that potential to plant the bomb.
Yeah. A moment for him to fall back, so I've got time.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's fine. We can use the flash now, or at this point, don't use it. If we don't, also, I tell people this. When we plant the bomb, the second we plant the bomb and get off, that is our time to use our util in these clutches, because they already know where we are, right? Versus like, say you float around, do your thing a little bit, and 6 seconds later you throw the flash. Well, that's really bad then, because now you're just telling everyone, hey, I repositioned here. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's always how I'm thinking about util. So at this point, you're not using it. That flash is like gone for the round. Hey, good. Oh, nice. Yeah, nice. And you naturally did this well. And, they split up, which they really probably shouldn't have split up here. But you did this very well at this moment. Sorry, get forward a little too much. When we push forward, I love this. You're constantly looking for headshot fights. You plant the bomb, do your thing. Getting to this headshot box to play that. You are a little exposed to lane here, but you kind of recognize that. Push yourself up. This moment right here. Because look, you push yourself up far enough here that you cut yourself off from all the lane angles. The only way, if he's coming this side, he would kill you is up here. But this guy, he swings side and he's like, oh, nobody's here.
Where is he?
Yeah, exactly. So naturally, you did that really well. I want you to start trying to put yourself in these positions intentionally more and more and more. Where it's like, okay, I'm isolating fights. One of my favorite things to do if I'm on full HP is I crouch and play in front of this box. Because same thing.
Just hold
Yep.
library angle.
Yep. Because then again, this guy swings. He's like, oh, he's not sight. And then a lot of times, even at a high level, the moto guy's like, oh, my teammate just swung and didn't see him. Maybe he's on top of that cold box, but like they never expect this off angle. It's really good.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Just always try to isolate. Same thing. If you're holding lane, hold lane and then peek up behind that box. But really good, man. You won that round for your team. That was sick. Okay. Some halls action, and I will say, by the way, going in halls after like in this situation when we know they're gonna be on like MP9s and 5.7s and stuff like that is very risky.
Okay.
On
Yeah.
the radar though, we should have seen two guys, so this should kind of tempt us to go through halls here, and I would have made the same play you're doing here. Okay, make sure we're really intentional with clearing things out. Good. Okay. Yeah, okay. And here's the next level. I'm literally gonna get into the server and show you this. The next level, what we're
Okay.
doing is we get that kill. You know you want to smoke moto, you know your team's doing that. We're gonna smoke it from up here and then go out with our gun. It's the smallest little
Okay.
difference, but it's gonna one, yeah, like in a perfect world, it's gonna make it so you don't die as much. Also I'll show you a little better way, a little more consistent. Maybe you're smoking library there or something. Which is fine. But it's gonna make you look better. It's gonna make you feel better and flow a lot more. And obviously, for whatever reason, if someone is there, we're not gonna be just like super exposed to that.
Exposed.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then also, while we're here, do you know the default places you should be planting on a site in a perfect world?
Usually I would plant either that in front of that box
Right
in
here,
right there, or at the back in that back corner
this
by
one
that box.
or this one?
Yeah, that one there.
Yes. Okay. Sweet. So perfect world, when we have site and everything, we want to plant specifically right here in this corner because we can play from it
Just for
for
the
pit.
pet player.
Yep. And
Yeah.
also when it explodes, we can stay alive here. If we're getting pressured
Right.
and there's a lot of people moto, obviously like planning here is like it's okay. We just can't save them. Like we can't save in pit, do those type of
Yeah.
things, but it can be okay. And then obviously if you have to plant safe, just plant anywhere on site.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, wait. So here's a little note. So we're going through here, whatever. Teammate kind of dies. We're like, what the heck? One, we kind of lazily peeked that, but whatever. Like, not really concerned about that. This right here. You jump up and make that noise, right?
Yeah.
That's fine. Like, we accidentally make that audio cue. We were trying to like get into a position. You can't just like go for it, especially when we know they're on pistols. Don't just go forward because all you did is you jumped here and you're telling them, hey guys, I'm close.
Over here.
Yeah, I'm close. Like, get ready now. Like, really get ready. I think we might lazily clear this too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep, see, yep. That's good though. Now you know. Now you know, like, especially on pistol rounds, like, really jiggle these out and see if you can see. Because like if you're here, you should be able to see it. Also, you can use this board, you can get up on it and peek a little deeper.
Right.
And now you know that's
Deeper.
good. That's like good. Now when we clear halls, we won't be as surprised with that. But yeah, the bigger mistake is like you made noise here. At that moment, bro, just back off a little bit. Because
Just
you know,
kind of wait.
yeah, because anyone right here, anyone in halls is gonna be like, oh, okay, bro. I heard this guy jump on accident out there.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah,
I
you're
mean,
just making their life easier. You leave the mystery out of it.
yeah. I mean, especially when I've got a minute 20 left on
Yeah,
the round
yeah,
or whatever, and I'm just
yeah.
continue going forward.
And I will say in general, like I was saying earlier, like going in holes when they're on MP9s, pistols, like low buy, bad buy is always like just not a good like we should still win the fights, but we're so much more likely to actually win fights if we're smoking off like arch side, throwing our nades and taking these little longer range fights. When we're clearing out
Right.
all these little cubbies and stuff, you're just asking to get 5.7 if they buy a shotgun for some reason or MP9. It's really difficult.
So on like an on a, is that anti-eco on
Hmm.
a round like that, do you think just going up mid is a better option, or like?
Yeah, I think throwing this default molly in here is good. And if you are going to like be towards halls, either playing passively back here or just like holding some sort of angle because they will push a lot. A lot of times they will push through here. Um,
Yeah.
and then only going through halls and stuff once we've taken mid. So once they've smoked and then our mid player can come through here, clear boiler and help us. That is
Yeah.
like the really good way because then he gets to clear this. We walk into halls, come here, maybe someone check window room to see if there's a timing or someone jump up into there. And then
Yeah.
these fights are a lot less scary when we get to see this. We double peek these angles down halls, right? We're peeking here as they're peeking. It's so much easier
Yeah.
then. So in a perfect
Okay.
world, but in pugs, it's gonna be hard sometimes to accomplish that. So sometimes it's
Yeah.
so much more valuable just to be like, okay, I'm solo queue, Duke kid. We don't really have the means to take all this stuff. Let's just throw a
Okay.
standard bracket take.
Yeah. Okay.
And then another note on those rounds specifically, if you are going in bracket, be so hyper aware of boiler because
Spoiler.
also
Yeah.
at a mid level face it, they will just sit in here and wait. At a high
Yeah.
level, they will sit on these stairs and wait for somebody to come in here and be like, oh, okay, we're clean and keep going. And then boom,
And then catch the
yeah,
timing.
yep. So
Okay.
just be aware that like And I mean, even if they weren't making this 200 IQ play and they were just in halls and they hear all that, just because you cleared this area doesn't mean all of this is clean. So like 5 seconds later, they could walk down here and start flanking. I've seen it time and time
Yeah.
again. And like you're not gonna be able to clear everything, but just be aware of it. Like even in a round like this, like we don't know what's going in halls. You're aware of it right now. You're like, oh, they could be in halls, they could be all these things, and the guy
Yeah.
actually was. So we flash lane here and we kind of just run past boiler, especially with bomb. Really risky to, be the one taking contact here.
Okay.
Yeah, and this I don't know if this is our smoke or I think it's the C2 smoke. So this should be really
Yeah.
putting us on edge. I'm not a huge fan of the nade. You are trying to nade like this position, right? Is that what you were trying
Yeah.
to do? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think like unless I mean if you have a hardcore readies there, like cool, like great. I think you're always so much better off just nading like hit
Hit.
or again using your smoke. I'll show you. We can smoke moto from here, or using the cutoff smoke is good.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, but yeah, I think unless you have a hard read, I would. I honestly, I don't think I would ever nade that. But heck yeah, like if you're playing a guy that's playing there all the time, yeah, dunk him. Good problem solving. We soak moto. Guys balk. Take care of him. Okay. Okay, and these. So we're in a 2v3, right? Now
Yeah.
this is where we actually have to do something, because if we just sit and wait, we're gonna lose unless we are in a really good crossfire. If we're in a good crossfire, don't do too much. Like
Okay.
so here, this is where I would be thinking, how can I get active? And naturally, lane is gonna be your answer here. So instead of just sitting here and holding, and the reason I say that too is because we open up a lot of timing. Good players are gonna eventually start or already be here, right? Either they're gonna
Yes.
rotate through there or be there, and so we're exposing ourselves to two angles here. If you just take
Yep.
lane, even if it's just right here, it makes this a lot harder. No one's really coming out of halls and looking like that in a
Fully
retake.
clearing. Yeah.
Yeah. But good kill there. Yeah, and even you can see here their spacing was just really bad. Like, this is great. Like that's good. You're punishing that, but that's gonna happen less and less as we try to push you towards level 10. The
Yeah.
spacing's gonna be a little better. But I like your reposition here. This is awesome. Except for the fact that we kind of expose ourselves here. This is bad.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do that, get in the smoke and hold close, or just take the space.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
just because there's a smoke there, just remember they can still go through it.
They can still walk through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. He actually just runs like a maniac through there. And your teammate,
Yeah.
your teammate did. I mean, the smoke sucked, but at least your teammate was throwing his util too. A lot of times players won't even throw.
Yeah.
So as much as it sucked, it did help us get that kill. And you did great here, not overextending. Honestly. Yeah, and your teammate too. Yeah. I mean, that's great, bro. You did good, really good. Just sitting here waiting, doing your thing, kind of crouching and hiding. Love that from you.
Yeah. I mean, I've watched your videos and you've kind of just said to like kind of play like a
Yeah.
rat, you know? So
Yes, bro. And so like in that situation, love that. That's where I want you to play like a rat here too. And you did like you did good. You didn't do that, but that smoke's there. It's bad. Yeah, play
yeah.
around it, bro. Play in it and really optimize it.
Okay.
And you're sorry, I should have asked this earlier. You're queued with Nightmare, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, so also one thing I'm looking for when like we're duo queuing and stuff is like I should be able to tell your duo. I should be able to see you guys like setting up flashes for each other, setting up nades and that
Right.
kind of stuff. So definitely from the beginning here, I would say like I want to see more coordination between you two. Even if you're on different sides of the map, when you guys come
Yeah.
together late and do stuff like that, I should be like, yeah, bro, like I can tell they're Discord together.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, how can we use a flash or smoke here? I mean, if we're contacting, that's fine. If that's a strat, okay. There we go. Little note. Be really specific with how we're throwing this. Ideally, obviously, perfect world, we're throwing the one that lands up here. If you don't know that, I can show you in the server after.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Awesome. Yeah, okay, I'll show you a good one. But if we are gonna smoke CT on the fly, never try to throw it from this side for multiple reasons. One, you're exposing yourself to like if someone were to pop up here, but
Yeah.
equally as important is how much this ploofs out. If it ploofs out here, you're opening yourself up to people getting flash here and running through pool, flashing out here, doing this thing. We want the smoke to land deeper here.
Right.
So that if they are
Make it
running
more
through,
lurky.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
it's too lurky for them at the moment. They can just kind of
exactly.
walk through it.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yep. And that's what this is ultimately gonna do. Not to mention too, we also open ourselves up to random bounces and stuff too. But yeah,
Yeah.
way too ploofy. They could abuse this in some world. And
Okay.
this game's not that world, but obviously, like, every game prevents or presents new situations, new things, and if we can get you throwing the best nades possible, it would be 10 out of 10 for us.
Ideal. Yeah.
And then also, this is something I want you and your duo to optimize. Is like, there's a lot to break down in this little thing. Look at this. Not looking here. Not looking here.
Yeah.
Not running in, dude. If they would just have boosted up here, you
Come
guys
on,
are
boosted.
cooked. You guys are, they're at least getting
Yeah.
one with a USP even.
Yeah.
So one thing I'm always doing is if it is a bad CT smoke, so two things. One, obviously, like if someone can look up here, look up there. Three things actually. Two, what I'm also doing is if I can't look up there and I need to worry about sight, I'm running as close to the smoke as possible instead of running up here, because if I run up here, they're gonna see me, right? Run the close to the
Yeah.
smoke, they hear me, but they can't necessarily see me. Three
Okay.
is a flash CT. A flashing CT as we're running in is always really good.
Right.
Like I'm
Okay.
flashing CT guys, and it'll also blind sight. That's the bonus of it. If you throw it right, it'll blind sight as well, which is always good.
Okay. Cool. Would that just be like banking it off of the same wall that I banked the smoke off, just higher?
You
Or
could. I'm gonna show you a very like. I'm gonna show you some specific ones, but yeah, worst case, we're just literally bouncing it off of here. And one thing I'm gonna teach you now too is always throw those flashes as high as we can when it makes sense. Don't just like
okay.
chuck one all the way up in the sky, but higher flashes always are better, because like say we
Yeah.
just bank one here and it bounces on the ground here, it might not blind some of these angles because things like this will get in the way, or
Yeah.
other. So high flashes are always better because it's going to blind more angles.
Yeah.
At
Okay.
least 9 out of 10 times. There sometimes like a lower flash makes sense, but yeah.
Yeah.
Also, good crosshair placement here. Let me see from his perspective what this looked like. Let's see. Really good. You ripped this guy's head off, man. Nice. A setup too. If you ever, or either of you guys oppers, you were nightmare.
I think Nightmare orbs every now and again, but not heaps.
If you're ever queued with an opper, or he gets one, or you want to, whatever, an OG setup is have your opper posted on this angle for the left side, and he's only worried about this peak, and you have your rifler walk down and hold right here.
Okay.
And even if the
Yeah.
opper misses, he should be holding a really narrow angle anyway, so he can get out right away. But your rifler's right here to clean up. If they swing your rifler, you can kind of inch your way out a little bit and try to trade them. It's just like the OG. It's the iconic hall setup. It's so good.
Okay.
So really, really cool thing you can implement. Do it. There you go. Oh, okay. So you're the lurk here. So they know you're in halls. You made noise. That's fine. Okay, yeah. I mean, bro, here's the thing in the situation. This is a moment where you actually don't need to play with your team. I want you to act like your team does not exist. So you're doing your
Okay.
thing here, but like they got B kills. This is
Yeah.
amazing. They already have B site. Also, I do think if we're trying to like play perfectly, I didn't even realize this in the moment, and maybe you didn't either. They have sight. This guy's all the way through backhaul, bro.
Yeah.
You actually could just like chill here and wait even longer, right? If
And
you're
then
trying to
come
play,
behind them later.
yeah, if you're trying to play perfectly, this peak was actually too early. But regardless, I think that's fine. I think that's like nitpicking. The bigger thing here, though, is your team no longer exists. It's a
Yeah.
5v2. You're on the A side of the map. They have B completely locked down. Do not feel pressure to run towards them and go towards them. The only
Okay.
exception is like if you're on 1 HP or something, heck yeah, bro, get out. But also then there's no rush. You don't need to drop through
Yeah.
here and run through mid. Just go T spawn. But what I actually want to see you do there is you get that kill. And what info do we have too, by the way?
The orbs dead.
Yes, dude, they're gonna try to get that, or they should at least. Good players should be trying to get
Yeah.
that op. So I would be using
Yeah.
that to my advantage. We get that kill, it's a 5v2. And if you want to play like smart passively, okay, we back up a little bit and just get ready to like peek someone as like they're gonna be worried about getting the op, all that stuff. Or if you want to
Yeah.
play super aggro, we get that kill and we just walk forward here and sit in a corner like this or something. And every once in a while
Yeah.
we jiggle things out or we push out even further. But whatever you're
Okay.
doing, that is where I'd recommend just walking. Walk whatever
Just
you're
hold.
doing.
Yeah.
Because like obviously like and it's really easy to see these things in the demo, but it's like from their perspective then when you're walking, even after you get that kill, they're like, oh shoot, is he going long haul? Is he going boiler? Is he
Whatever.
Yeah, you just leave out all
Yeah.
of that mystery once again. You're giving them all the info to get that kill when you don't have
Yeah.
to.
I kind of, like just dropping back mid,
Yep.
it gave them a massive sound cue, so they knew exactly where I was.
100%. Yep. Nice, good clear. Sweet. Take it. Make sure we clear everything here too, by the way, unless we know for certain. Um, which this is fine because your teammates are coming in behind you.
I should have cleared pit though, right?
Yeah, this is where like if
Or at
you
least
want,
mini pit.
well, if you want to be more dynamic, if you want to be next level, there's a few things here. It's a pug, so like I'm always gonna be like, heck yeah, bro, just run in and hold W. But again, like if you're trying to optimize and push yourself higher and increase that win rate, we get that kill there, awesome. Take a half step, clear this, come back here, take out your flash. As you're running forward, throw the entry flash I'm gonna show you. But the more important thing is it's because your spacing is gonna be good here. So then when you're running in, even if you are not looking at pitch, which I mean, if you have the spacing, you should be coming in here and kind of clearing both. Even if you die,
Yeah.
at least you get that info. But more importantly, you're taking that half step because then your teammate's right on you, and you actually kind of do here. This is good actually, good. But yeah, if you want to be more self-sufficient, that's what I recommend: is clear this, boom, pull out your flash, either flash pit, flash site for yourself, and you're good.
Okay.
Yep. But I mean, you did good though. You played standard, but these are just gonna be ways you can beat players that are gonna be better aim
Better
than
than
you or better positioning than you.
Yeah.
Give you that little X factor and make you feel a lot more comfortable too.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And we've planted in a good spot so we can actually say pit here. No. We're good. Yeah, we're good. But there, man, just come back here and save like this. You're completely
Okay.
good here.
So you won't die there?
Nope. Especially if you have 100 health, I think even if you have like 80 health, you can test it out. And bro, if you're ever in a game where you're winning like 9-0 or something, dude,
Try those
yeah,
kind of
just try it
things.
out. If you're on
Yeah.
like 60 or 70 health here, just try it out. You're rolling the other team, like might as well. The only way
Yeah.
to get better is learn, and then it's like, okay, if he plants there and I'm on like 74 health, I'll still survive with like 3 HP or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, specifically on maps like Inferno 2, what I want you to look at is your armor level here. It's so funny because we usually never have to worry about this, but especially if
Right.
if you survive enough rounds while you're planting the bomb and like you're saving in pit and stuff, dude. There's been some times where I completely don't realize that my armor is gone, because if that number goes to 0, your armor will completely leave.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Got you.
so dude, like it's rarely happens, but like if you're
Yeah.
surviving enough and playing smart enough, it will. It's inevitable, and like you're gonna be like, bro, how did I die so fast?
Right.
Or like, how
Okay.
did how did that USP one shot me? I could have sworn I bought it, and you're like, shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for bringing that up because I completely forgot that.
Yeah, it's
Like,
something like nobody will talk about. I might make a video on that. That's some niche stuff right there. Some really niche stuff. Let's see. We kind of just contacted out here. It sucks because the timing of this guy was so off of what you guys were doing. Like he smoked off mid while you guys were walking out here. I don't think it's a bad play
yeah.
from you guys at all. Like I really don't. It just sucks that like that was kind of the timing of everything.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean I don't even think you should really do much different here. Like we're kind of just searching for a kill. I think also I don't know if you should have used it here, but I'm gonna give you a cool molly to throw too, where we can molly pit so that we no longer have to worry about that.
Okay.
I don't think you should throw it here. I think this is kind of just CS. Yeah, that's fine. Because like I could be like in hindsight, I could be like, oh bro, you should just like peek out here with your teammate. But the thing is, if you do that in another game, he's gonna be sitting here killing both of you
Yeah.
guys. So I
Close
think
enough.
like yeah, that's an example of like we were in a disadvantaged situation. We tried to make a play happen. Don't overthink it too
Yeah.
hard. Okay. Be good. You get that opera off with that flash. Molly's a little too deep though. That's not really gonna do much, to be honest.
Okay.
Because even if someone was front side or something, like, it's not that bad. I'd say like just like if you're gonna molly corner, your flash really did take care of that though, so that was sick.
Yeah.
Or save your molly. I'm gonna show you some good nades to throw with it, but regardless, good that you're using it. That is great. And here, honestly, we should probably. I mean, it just depends on how we feel. We don't have to go through this. And this is more team decision making. This isn't necessarily individual decision making, but we get this kill here. Boom. Free. I think we might have heard a guy run away. Now we know his smoke's up. I honestly would say we should probably go through this just because we have 5 guys here. But
Okay.
this is where you could like theorize and stuff. But whatever we do, we cannot do this. This is so bad. Yeah, and not that that's you, obviously. Um,
But I mean, yeah, he just goes through by himself. But
right.
if we
Yeah.
continue doing that, then that's all of us just giving them 1v1s, you know?
Yeah, good. Yeah, good that you recognize that. And you can't control your randoms. You can't control that stuff. It's frustrating. But yeah, definitely like you have a smoke, your teammates have a smoke. We should at least be smoking CT and backhaul, which we are great. This is where if you have a molly, I'm gonna teach you some good lineups too. And at this
Yep.
point, you're just getting ready to go in there. Yeah,
But I don't even think we go. So we kind of just
gotcha.
wasted our util and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. And like, but the thing is too, which sucks, is like, say you had a guy lurking on A like you were that one round where you were here. Dude,
Yeah.
this would have been so sick because like we're smoking out backhaul and spawn, and look, it drew off all of the rotators. Now there is 3 guys on this side of the map right here. That's where it would
Yes.
be sick. So that's like this is where the next level CS comes with you and your duo, man. Is like say you guys are just playing a pug, you're getting these kills, and now you know the CT and backhaul smoke. You're like, yo, Nightmare, drop me the smoke. I'm gonna sit here and pressure. You smoke backhaul and CT, throw your molly, flash yourself in, and you're pressuring. And even if it draws one guy off to go towards B, it opens up so much space for your teammates on A to then go in there.
Okay.
And that really is the next level CS that like a lot of times we're not really playing because we're not pushing and pulling our opponents. We're so concerned with just like getting a kill for ourselves that we're not really thinking about the like strategic big picture team CS that we can play even in pugs.
Yeah.
Like yeah, even here. Yeah, I mean that's fine. You're pressuring. Even here, you're making these guys have to think. That smoke is well technically it's like, oh, like why are you smoking through there? You're at least pressuring these guys and making them think about you.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, as you get better, they're gonna start to call your bluff a little bit and kind of understand, like, okay, this guy's
He's just baiting or like
yeah. But
just sitting there.
bro, for where you need to improve now and stuff, like this is great. Honestly, like keep improving on this and you're good.
Okay.
Ultimately a great flashlight from them though. That was a really sick flashlight. This is what I
Yeah.
want you and Nightmare to be able to do, or you and whatever duo you're
Duo.
with.
Yeah.
Great little reaction from them. Because like also we learned from our opponents, and what was their problem here? Their problem was they had no info on what's going on this side of the map. They hear you spamming,
Yeah.
but they don't know if one guy's here or like 3 guys. So their solution was okay, flash you that smoke, which is, and as we can see, a great solution to that problem.
Yeah.
So if you look at the round like that, where it's like on CT or T side, it's like what are my problems, and specifically with util or also just man advance, like with numbers, how can I solve this? How can I make
Yeah.
my life easier? Oh, and they actually got a nice timing in the car there. Yeah.
Yeah. Did he go through that flash that I
Yep.
threw when I turned around and I didn't see it?
I think yeah, right
Or
there, that timing.
yeah.
Yep. But I mean the bigger problem here, like without even like the fighting and all this stuff, or like the positioning, blah blah whatever, is we can't have bomb going in here. Even if you guys got the kills, this is so unbelievably risky because if they kill you in here, they get to just smoke this off and have bomb for free.
Yeah.
So I need you to constantly, on every map, but specifically for Inferno, if you ever go into brackets or banana, be like, should I have bomb? And usually like, in the early round, the answer is heck no.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the time
Okay.
I got it. But yeah, you just drop bomb. Obviously at the beginning of the round, drop it here. Or if you decide to go in the mid round, take that time, drop it right here on stairs. That's fine, and then go in and fight.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then yeah, this is just a really uncomfortable kind of fight for us. So I'm glad you reset here. Again, you have a smoke and flash. No need to panic at all. Yeah, I'm at least glad we got out there. And yeah, our teammates get
Yeah.
kills. Huge. And here's the thing. This is so frustrating because 510 walks through here. Just keep in mind, anytime there is a smoke down, even if our teammates walk past or something, someone can be in it. I don't need you to be paranoid. I don't need you to sit there and spam every smoke you come across. But just like
So just have it in the back of
think,
your mind.
yes. And again, actually that ended up getting us killed because if you were to plant in the most overpowered spot right here, you actually would have been safe from that. It probably would have been bad still though, because this guy would have walked up here and got more maybe.
Yeah.
But once again, another reason not to plant here and another reason to plant. This is actually what we call the default plant spot.
Right.
In most teams, like most teams, if you're planning default, it's here. And I mean, I've been on teams when I play FPL and stuff. I've seen people get roasted and yelled at because like they're running up A and they plant here and the guys are like, bro, no way you just did that because now I can't sit here. So that's a really good tweak to your Inferno just to start default planting here.
Okay.
Really
Because
good
yeah, I mean
tweak.
everyone in Oceania just thinks that where I just planted or
Yep.
tried to plant is default.
Yep. Well,
So
I mean,
okay.
honestly, here too, like outside of you really learn that from Team CS as well because like we start thinking about these bigger like picture stuff. So even here, man, even like
Yeah,
face level 10s will plant default and not realize like
it's
it's
not default.
yeah, it's not like optimal. It's not like the best.
Yeah,
So definitely like switching your default planting there is like a great little tweak that isn't going to get you more frags, isn't going to get you, but it will positionally make you die a lot less. You'll die
yeah,
two maybe two times less a game. Yeah, and this would be sick where we could set up like a molly or like at least a molly. Yeah, you have that molly. That's huge.
got a molly. Yeah,
That'd be huge here. Oh yeah, because he actually is going to be sitting here in dark or new box. Yeah. Yeah, and I'll show you the nades. Priority nade, like when it comes to molly on site, priority molly is here. Secondary molly I'll show you is this first and second, and then
okay,
third is like this dark position. Primary smokes, always CT is your biggest priority, and then backhaul is your secondary smoke.
yeah,
As far as like
okay,
what is worth it, what's not worth it to use, and your strats, and depending on like what information is going to change all of that. Obviously,
yeah,
gonna adapt to it.
yeah. On CT, I'm kind of always playing that apps position as well.
Gotcha. Hey, we see bomb. Yeah, yeah, we see bomb, and then that's good. I'm glad that you're like not you're like I don't know. You know, what I mean, like I hear stuff like don't know. You're locking
Yeah,
it down. I don't know when we see bomb. I think this is fine because we don't see bomb. Just yeah, always look at holes and then rounds over. Again, both pistol rounds this game, our team kind of just won for us a little bit, so we don't really have to do much. Yeah, I mean, I like this discipline from you. This is extremely disciplined.
okay,
One thing though, is this guy shooting? Is this? Oh shoot, man. One thing here. So this is gonna come down to your intuition for the game and stuff. Let me see when he starts fighting. You're all mid. Boom. On the radar, that definitely showed up on the radar, and he shot, right? Even if our teammates aren't calming, even if nobody's doing anything, he's shooting. We see him on the
yeah.
radar a few times. I
Just
need,
move up.
yeah, I need you to move up. And then I'm not telling you to run in here and like peek him and like die, but like this is a tiny little positioning optimization because then if we're here and he does decide to go in sight and starts like farming our teammates, we're at
At
least
least I'm close.
yeah, exactly, exactly. If you don't know where he is, heck yeah, bro. This is great discipline, great from you. But just that little tweak will make your life easier and your team from when you're playing like freaking JKS and JKS is sitting here and gets to farm your entire team and then you still have to rotate
Yeah.
all the way from and you recognize that. That's good. You actually do recognize it. So credit to you there. Credit where credit is due. But okay, you decide to go with FAMAS, which isn't the most traditional thing for a pit player. Usually pit players will like elect to go for a MP9 with full armor and stuff here. Just because of the close range nature of these fights that they're taking.
Yeah.
Also, not necessarily a bad smoke at all. Not necessarily. But the caveat, and I'm gonna say this, when we won the CT round and they didn't get bomb plant, they're gonna be on pistols and Tech 9s at most Mac 10s. Giving them the
Yeah.
smoke actually could open up an opportunity for them to lurk through and go boiler.
Through and go boiler.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I would say in this situation, just a molly would be better, or kind of just spot do your thing. But also like, by the way, I'm not really looking for fights and hauls in these rounds with a full moss. If I had an MP9, I'd be like, yeah, like, fight here. So that's also why I think like being in this position isn't the best. But great find. You see he actually does lurk through there, by the way. But
Yeah.
lucky for us, he chose the wrong one. He chose the
Wrong
wrong.
path.
If he would have gone through here, we don't have any
Yeah.
teammates that I would have punished. But I definitely trolled my teammates and pugs by doing something like that. And
Yeah.
all you do is get yelled at then. Yeah, good. Change your position here. Get into pit. Isolate fights. I'm gonna show you some cheeky angles you can play too. They're sick.
Okay.
Also, by the way, small little thing here. Look at this. So we go pit. Great. Awesome. Love that. But there's a few things here. I need you, one, to optimize the angle you're playing on. So if you are just literally gonna hold still, go as like close to the wall that your reaction time will give you. Give yourself some like a little bit of room, but be close to that wall. Two, if you're gonna
Okay.
be out here or anywhere, honestly, throw in just some little micro jiggles. You're not holding shift, you're just micro jiggling just a little bit so
Yeah.
that when someone peeks you, you're not just an aimbot's target.
Okay.
Even if you're AFKing, even if you're like looking at the radar, things are going on, get into that habit of just micro jiggles, micro jiggles.
Yeah.
Because also, not only do you become a harder target to hit, you get yourself a little more engaged too. You even if you're having a bad
Yeah.
game, even if you're freezing up a little bit, you really start to get yourself engaged a lot.
Yeah.
Also, as we
Sometimes
yeah,
I've
sorry, go ahead.
noticed that like, if
Y-
I'm holding an angle for a while, I kind of
mm,
just lose concentration a little bit. You know, like
yeah, 100%. I mean, we all do it, man. That's why, like, I'll point it out here, but like, bro, you could watch on my demos. I'll probably do the same thing. Just good to try
right.
to recognize. One thing here too is
Yeah.
like, hindsight's really easy to see this, very easy. But think about it. We gave up this info. There might be some troll comms, something going on too, but like, we don't know where this guy went. He could be still, chilling in arch here. He could have wrapped around here. He could be anywhere, right?
Yeah.
So just be really cognizant of like these angles you're opening up from lane, from halls.
Okay.
We can see in the demo we're actually very lucky we didn't get punished. And I think ultimately we're gonna give him a plant here. Yeah, he gets to plant the bomb, which is definitely a loss for us there. That's not good for us,
Yeah.
obviously. But yeah, I don't know what comms are being said there, what was going on, but definitely not ideal for us.
Nah.
All right, yeah, we might see like this. Would I rather you done last round, to be honest. And then
Yeah.
honestly, like if you're gonna smoke, like this round would be decent to smoke. Also, one theory, and if maybe you've seen this from what I've said before, if not, all good. One theory I have is, in most teams at a high level, is if you're aggressive and fight some of these angles early. That's why if you had an MP9, I would have loved it. Even if it is like, oh, it's kind of risky to play up here against Tech Nines, you're showing these people that hey, I'm going to pressure you and fight you in window room on these stairs. And anytime you come in halls, bro, you better be ready for that, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Like you can't take it for free.
exactly. So like, even first round doing that against them and showing them is such a good psychological thing to like look at it as. Also, the only fear I have for you too is like if they wait the round out and they just like don't go through halls with your molly and smoke here, you've given up two of your most important piece of util as a pit player. I get that you're also an
Yeah.
apps player, but also if you fall back to pit now, they molly you out, you're screwed.
Yeah.
That smoke gives you so much life and as a pit player, and it really gets you like so much value. Oh, dude,
Okay.
here we're in a really good spot here. I want to see how this goes wrong. Oh, he might have saw us. Oh, nice try. Kind of just froze
Kind of
up a
just
little bit
whiffed a
there.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you set yourself up there, though. You set yourself up for a good look, so that's all we can ask for. Also, in these situations, bro, think about it. They won the round with 4 guys alive. All we saw was AKs around the map. There's zero need to get that head armor.
Okay.
Get yourself a molly right there instead incendiary.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I need to be thinking about that quite a bit because
Yep.
I'm always buying hit armor.
And the pattern that you started this session off talking about, 100%. We can already see 3 rounds in a very very easy pattern for them to spot.
Yeah.
That you're just gonna sit in halls, and you didn't throw the smoke this time, which is great. Also, be careful if you make a step, especially. Maybe change up your game plan a lot because you can't hear it, but I heard you make a step here.
Right. Okay.
So it's like that jump. Like it's all good. Like we don't get a panic just because we made a step or we jumped on accident, but just like
But just change.
yeah, change it
Change
because
it.
they're already gonna be thinking like, okay, this guy's here. Nice drop now, drop. Yeah, dude, that was good initially. That was so good. Change that elevation. That is like such a good thing as a halls player. I probably would have done it after the first kill, but it's fine. You get the second kill, you do this. Even though we don't
But should I just
necessarily
drop down?
yeah, even though we don't necessarily know this guy's here, re-swinging back into back into the hall fight is not going to be optimal for us anyways. Drop down
Yeah.
here and play this crossfire with your teammate. Then you can
Okay.
smoke halls, maybe smoke lane. I wouldn't recommend it, but smoking halls would be great. And
Yeah.
dude, it would overall for your team, it's so good. You did bait for him though, because like this guy was so distracted on you that it allowed this guy to swing.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely as that like apps player, I think this fight is huge because ultimately too, what you ended up doing is when you do swing back into here, well, you also didn't know this guy was so far up, so I'll give you that. But you sandwich yourself between both of them essentially.
Both. Yeah.
It's not a bad idea sometimes, by the way, to push into halls. But I would really only do that is if like you were jiggling here, you come out and play this angle super close, fight this, and you're right back in there.
Right, but I was quite far out on the
Yeah,
balcony then,
yeah,
so
yeah, and that's always a good solution too. You get those kills, you drop back down, boom, we're refighting or doing whatever we want.
yeah. I mean,
But
at least I'm
yeah,
keeping my life in that
yep,
position and not just dying. So
yep, and that elevation change again is everything, bro. Because as they're running up lane, they're telling their teammates, dude, one's balcony, bro. He's balcony. Oh, he actually does this, yeah. Exactly. And then these guys could be unaware. Luckily, they're ready for it, so that's good. Um, but yeah, definitely like a gap we gotta think about. Oh,
okay,
he actually kind of opens it up a bit. Um, but yeah. Sorry. So like that info is huge because it tilts the other team too. Because they're like, bro, you just said he was balcony, but now he's in pit because maybe you were up here, got the kill, drop back down, and swung around here. So
yeah,
then you start to bring chaos into their comms. You start to bring conflict up, that psychological second guessing where they're like, is he really Balk or is he like, dude,
is he somewhere else?
it makes you
Yeah.
such a scary player, like such an unbelievably scary player.
Okay.
Yeah. And then obviously hindsight, that really bad peak because
Yeah.
that was doing way
Uh,
too much and they actually end up winning the round for no
Winning the
reason.
round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like again, it's really easy for me to be like, "Oh, dude, that's bad," but I totally understand it. Like, you know, in pugs, I'm like being very aggro. I'd say like if you're here, like, you know, you're the pit player. Give some jiggles before you do anything. You know, jiggle lane, jiggle halls, and you still might die if you jiggle pit. You might die to an opper just the same, but you know, at least then you know what you're peeking into. You jiggle from pit, and then you go back around and walk into it. Well, it's already clear.
Yeah.
Whatever. Nice nade down mid. That was good, and we end up winning the round. I want to see some more rifle rounds here. I want to see some more rifle rounds. Nightmare. You lose. Why lose the eco? The psychological damage. I like it. It's funny. Yeah, and then again, we're just playing a little too standard
Same.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing your job. Like you know, like you are like playing, but you're just not. You don't have that X factor right now. In your early round at least. In your mid round, you're actually doing very good so far on Z2 side. I like it. But yeah, your early round just very little X factor.
Yeah. Are you able to show me some
Yep.
plays that
Yes.
we can do?
100%. Yep. 100%. Yeah, and that's just like a really frustrating round from your POV. Your teammates are just running around, and you just jiggle there the whole time and go
Yeah.
back and repeat the same angle you're holding, and someone's there. So also one tip I'm gonna give you too to give you a little more kills on these like peaks, and maybe you've seen it from me in the past is, dude, I'm so serious when I say this in videos and talk about it. I am constantly visualizing, and it helps in your opping. But even here, if I'm my job is to jiggle halls here, every time I'm looking into the wall and peeking, I'm imagining somebody in this area, and
Okay.
they're not always going to be exactly where you're thinking about, obviously. But if you can
Yeah.
literally sit there and like, you know, maybe the halls player you're playing against has a skin or something like this player model. I'm constantly
Yeah.
thinking about it. I'm thinking like the glasses, like everything. It's a little cringe, but like it gets you locked in. You're like, okay, this
Right.
guy's gonna be here. He's gonna look like this, and boom, it actually happens. And then you can enter flow state a lot easier too because you've already played out that situation in your head.
Yeah.
So then that's
Got
where
you.
it's like they're like, is this guy cheating? And it's like, no, like you're just so locked in and you're so ready that you were ready for the situation before it happened.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, kind of assume he's gonna go B. We make the right read. He flashes, and actually, this is exactly what we could want. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, you almost got that. Learn from our opponents here. He did this really bad. He's coming through
Yeah.
here. He swings, which is crazy, but he does it. He has a molly. He must, dude. That was everything he could ask for. Don't do
Yeah.
what he did and put yourself in a corner. Throw that molly and try to get out then, because then, as a T, every second that goes by on that clock is so valuable, bro.
Valuable.
Yep.
Yeah.
You've still gotta try to fight him. You still gotta try to defuse the bomb. He got out of there now, and he could be in so many different places.
Yeah. He definitely
Awesome.
could have played that better, but
Yeah.
just missed.
Yep. Okay, awesome. We get bombed down. We know where one guy is. Yeah. You were kind of worried about mid, so I don't blame you for not swinging wide there. Whatever. Your eco so far as this team is really good because you guys are doing so much damage or winning the round. I think we're gonna see the same thing here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit. Yeah, I mean, like even when your teammate's pushing through, like he's taking way more liberties and hauls than you are, and then we're dying the same long haul fight. So like from these guys, they are visualizing you in long haul because that's where you are pretty much every time,
Yeah.
and you're exactly where they expect you to be. Okay. I'm gonna show you in the server how I want you to jiggle a little bit differently. I can't
Okay.
quite put my tongue on it without being in the server, but I think we can optimize this a lot.
Yeah.
Just like
Okay.
with the way I'm gonna have to show you because like I don't know how to describe it actually. It'll be very beneficial though. Yeah, bro. That's this is the dynamic little micro adjustments I always talk about. You're up here, you
Right.
shoot this guy, awesome. He's now looking up there, and while you're
Yeah.
getting him to look up there, boom, we swing. I love that. That's beautiful, bro.
Okay.
And the fact that you can do that there, you're gonna be doing this all around every map you play. Best player, man. And then you play this really overpowered position. Love this. You just have to be so aware of lane, which we're not here.
Yeah. I
That
think what eventually I am,
there you
and
are.
then
Yeah.
I have which are now I've got what? So there's another player who's in library now,
Yeah. And then you put
and
yourself between both.
which is was smoked off. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. So like you actually pieced it together here. You actually knew where both these guys were. Honestly, your go-to in this situation, man, too, put yourself in front of this. Yes, he can still come
Okay.
out here and drop on you, which, he's going to kill you. But at this point, he's kind of running anyways because he doesn't want to be walking here. He's going to
Yeah.
drop and be easy. This is a very good position to be in with a pistol and a MP9. You'll see pros play here a lot.
Okay.
Or if you have some breathing room to get out of here, this was a little bit of pressure. Start to try to make your way to pit, and then worst case, drop your smoke down and just stay alive. Drop your smoke
Yeah.
down, and then once you have that down, they're gonna spam it, all this stuff. Throw a flash above yourself and just kind of jiggle a little bit, but just stay alive. That's your point, to stay alive.
Okay.
But yeah, those are two solutions that would have solved the problem that you were facing there.
Problem. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, let's see the last round here. Yeah. I'm gonna show you. There's also one thing you're doing here. Oh, dude, the timing of that, yeah.
Yeah.
But also what you're doing when you're peeking the way you're peeking is if anyone was on this side, because they're so much farther away from the angle that you're at, and you're only really jiggling like to like right here ish, like that. If anyone were to catch a bad timing on you, and I mean this was on this side, you are so dead because you didn't even see the guy, and they saw your gun barrel, they saw like your arms.
Right.
Yeah, and then this is so stressful now. This is where honestly I drop pit side here, but then I instantly start walking lane just to think of a way to die for Drunky here, so that we can
Okay.
get a trade.
Yeah.
Because also you're stressing me out by like just holding this, because like not this would be a crazy play for them to make, but like your job is to hold halls here, and you're holding so passively now like this that this guy in theory could just walk out here and like
Kill him.
punish him, or when your teammate's rotating in this way, just punish him.
Yeah.
So that really makes me scared. But now you pick it up. Also, when you're in low speed like this, while pit's usually a good position to be in, you're just asking to get naded or mollied. So that's why I'm also hesitant to play pit when I'm low.
Okay. You think just be up with one of my teammates?
In that situation, yes. If time elapses, then play these little headshot angles like you were that one round.
Yeah.
But yeah, instantly I'd probably drop hit like you did and start walking towards lane just to die for him, or play some
Okay.
setup. Maybe he boosts me up in the mid round or something up here, where I boost
Yeah.
him up, vice versa, and it would have been so good.
Okay.